Max Verstappen has hit out at Formula One after losing to Lewis Hamilton at the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix on Sunday. The Belgian-Dutch driver finished second in the Middle East. And that's despite being slapped with a penalty during the race. Ahead of the race, Verstappen was hoping to boost his chances of winning a first F1 Drivers' Championship of his career. But while he managed to finish second, the 24-year-old paid the price after being penalized for his Turn 1 incident on lap 37. Verstappen was hit with the punishment after he'd come close to colliding with Hamilton, who went on to win the race. Speaking afterwards, he then appeared sour by insisting Formula One was focusing too much on penalties instead of racing. Luckily the fans have a clear mind about racing because what happened today is unbelievable, he said. I'm just trying to race and this sport these days is more about penalties than about racing. For me this is not Formula One but at least the fans enjoyed it. I gave it all today but clearly not quick enough. But still, happy with second. Verstappen also explained his Hamilton near miss, saying he doesn't understand what happened. I slowed down, he said. I wanted to let him by, so I'm on the right but he didn't want to overtake and then we touched. I don't really understand what happened there. A lot of things happened, which I don't fully agree with, but it is what it is. I mean, at least I tried it on track, you know, to give it all. While Verstappen was seething, Hamilton was delighted at boosting his chances of winning a record 8th title. And he hit out at Verstappen for what he perceived to be dangerous driving on the track, saying, I've raced a lot of drivers through my life in the 28 years. I've come across a lot of different characters and there's a few at the top which are over the limit. Rules kind of don't apply, or they don't think of the rules. Max is over the limit for sure. I've avoided collisions on so many occasions with the guy, and I don't always mind being the one that does that, because you live to fight another day, which I obviously did. Then he obviously brake tested me, I think to try and get the DRS into the last corner to overtake me again back into turn 1, so there was a commotion. I thought that I'd lost my wing. Like Verstappen, Hamilton also revealed he was confused at what happened in Jeddah. I didn't get the information, he continued. So I didn't really understand what was going on. It was very, very confusing. All of a sudden, he started backing up and then kind of moving a little bit. I was like, is he kind of like trying to play some crazy tactic? I don't know. Then all of a sudden the message started coming through. He hit the brakes so hard, and I nearly went completely up the back of him and took us both out. For him, it doesn't matter if we don't both finish. For me, we both need to finish. It was apparent that he was trying to let me past, which was what he had been asked to do, but before the DRS zone, and so then it would have meant he would have just DRS'd back past me in the last corner, followed me and then DRS'd me into turn 1. So that was the tactic. But the worst part was just the steep heavy braking that happened at one point, which is when we collided. That was the dangerous part.